This is BoomerLife on Aug15th2016.
Welcome back. This is BoomerLife on Aug15th2016. I'm Joanne Sutton. Thanks for joining us today. Also in the studio, we have Maria Howard, CEO of the Alzheimer's Society BC. And we've had a great opportunity so far to speak with a number of guests about what it's like to deal with Alzheimer's disease and dementias when living in a rural community. So, Maria, how important is it for the Society to reach out to all corners of the province?
It is really important. We have a big province and we have, a lot of very diverse populations across our province. And our society really recognizes that people need help no matter where they live and no matter what their situation. And sometimes that help is just giving people a place where they can begin to ask questions and start a conversation. And so we are really committed to making sure our services and our support are through the province, whether that's in our 15 different offices that are located throughout BC, or our website and our teleconferences, or through our First Link Dementia Helpline, which I'll share the number again, is 1-800-936-6033.
And also, I should mention the Alzheimer website as well, because your information is always available there. It's AlzhiemerBC.org. So our next guest has joined us in the studio from the events department of the Alzheimer's Society BC. We want to thank Jennifer Cameron for coming in and joining us.
Thanks for having me, Joanne. I'm so glad to join you ladies today.
Oh, this is great. We're going to have a lot of fun here. So, Jennifer, we have you here specifically to talk to us about an upcoming event that's happening right across the province. Actually, it's reaching every small town in British Columbia. And in fact, it'll be nationwide as well in September. So it's an event called Coffee Break. Tell us about Coffee Break and how it's so important to the Alzheimer's Society.
Absolutely. Well, Coffee Break is, like you say, it's a nationwide event and happening here in BC in September. It runs September 15th and for 1 month after. It's a very fun and easy event. It helps us raise awareness about dementia and also raise funds for the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So all the dollars we raise here in BC, they stay in BC.
It's important to know.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to do. Anyone can sign up as a Coffee Break host. We send you everything that you need to host a coffee break, including like a fundraising coin box, information about dementia. We've got posters, banners, little Sudoku coasters, and we'll send you the coffee too.
So it's not like an event, like a concert or a walk or a run, or it's not like one stage event that we go to. It's something. It's interactive. You want us to do a little something for you.
Absolutely. So it's up to, if you're interested in hosting, you can host a coffee break in your office. You can host one at your church, your place of worship.
Or even at home.
Absolutely. In your own living room. Yeah, anywhere.
So ask the girls from the neighborhood to come over, and instead of pouring martinis one night, we'll have coffee. And how do we actually do the fundraising part of it? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, absolutely. There's all different kinds of ways that you can personalize the event. You can have, I know if people do, they work in a corporate environment, they might want to do a jeans day, and people give, $5 to have a jeans day and pair that with their coffee break. We've had some cultural groups, they host dinners. Usually throughout the year, and the proceeds of one dinner will go towards their coffee break totals. Also, lots of retirement communities participate in Coffee Break, and they often have a weekly tea. So maybe 1 week that tea will be turned into an Alzheimer Coffee Break.
And how do you spread the message?
Well, this is a fantastic forum, so thank you so much for letting me come and talk about it here.
Our pleasure.
Yeah, so it's really a lot of word of mouth. We have our past hosts. We invite them to come back again, and we reach out to other people that are taking advantages of our services or have been involved in another event like our walk and so on. We invite them to come and host a coffee break as well.
So how long ago did the Coffee Break event start?
Yeah, it's been in place for a number of years. I think last year was our 20th year, so this is 21. Mm-hmm. We're legal in the U.S.
Great.
Yeah, and it's also our 35th anniversary as a society. the Alzheimer's Society of BC. So it is another special year for us.
So, and it happens over throughout the entire month of September. So we have time to plan for this.
Absolutely. So the great thing about Coffee Break is it's very low on barriers. It can happen anywhere in the province, from your living room to wherever across BC. It doesn't cost anything to host a coffee break. It's just a lot of fun.
It's simple and fun, and a great reason to get together and start a conversation.
Absolutely.
Do you actually host one yourself?
Yes.
So tell us about what you do. Tell us about the coffee break that you host.
Yes. So we hosted a coffee break in our provincial office last year, and I don't know about you, but I personally love a theme party. So last year, our provincial office, we had a fun theme. We did an around the world theme. So we had people bring in different treats from around the world, different coffee drinks as well. So we had Victoria sponge cake from England. We had fairy bread from Australia. And I made affogato. It's an Italian coffee drink. It's espresso that's been poured over vanilla ice cream. And it was delicious.
And my gosh.
And what was so fun about it is, so Jen and her team who hosted the event invited all the offices in our building.
Yeah.
So not just the Alzheimer's Society.
It wasn't just our own office. We live in it feels like we live, but we are in a 3-story office building with a number of other tenants, and so we invited all the other offices in our building, and a number of them attended. It was wonderful.
And so it's attend by donation?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that great? So you've actually made it sound very easy.
It is, yes.
Okay, so if somebody wants to get involved, how do they do this? Do they phone you directly, or what should they do?
Well, first thing, you can go to our website. It's coffeebreakbc.ca.
Okay.
And you just click on host a coffee break. There you'll fill out a very short form, less than a minute, and you're done. And we'll send you everything you need from there.
Are there any public events for Coffee Break? Are there any sort of national sponsors or?
Yes, there are a number of public events. I would say actually the majority of our events are public. And you can find those also by going to our website, coffeebreakbc.ca, has a list of public coffee breaks. And I would say that's also another benefit to hosting, is that if you're a local merchant or if you're a community group that want to invite people to come into your space, make your coffee break a public one and have your community come and take part.
Sounds great. It sounds great. I'm just, my brainstorming. Can you see the wheels turning? I'm thinking, who can I invite from the neighborhood? And how can we organize one in this office, in our studios at CL 650? You've actually given me some great ideas to maybe invite the neighboring businesses to come and participate. Just slip a little note under their door.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us about Coffee Break, or like how important is this to the society?
Well, it's hugely important. I mean, it's one of our walks, like our walk that takes place in many different locations across BC. Coffee Break is even more widespread because it can happen literally anywhere. So it's so great to be able to give people an opportunity to raise money for a cause and for the society that's doing really good work and making a big impact on their lives.
And making a difference.
I think what we like about it too, the idea of when you have coffee is that you're sitting chatting with someone, right?
Yeah.
And so, as we've shared many times on the show, one of the biggest first steps for people who are touched by dementia is starting the conversation and getting information. And so that's what we like to do with Coffee Break, is to start a conversation. And hopefully, while we're having fun and raising money, we're also talking with people and helping share some information and helping people feel that, this is a tough journey, but there's lots of people out there to help you. There's lots of information, and they're not alone in the journey.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. About. Absolutely, it's great to talk about. I like the sense of it because it brings, to me, it's community. I don't have to run 10K. I don't have to exert anything other than warmth and personality and hospitality. And I see it bringing community together.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't matter if you raise $5 or $500.
That's
right?
it. We'll take it all, and we appreciate it all.
So it's coffeebreakbc.ca. .ca. Also, if you have any questions, you can always call the Alzheimer's Society of BC downtown. Ask for Jennifer. I'm sure she'll be able to answer some of those questions for you.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Jennifer. I wish you great success at Coffee Break this year.
Thank you.
It is next month, and you as a listener have a little bit of time if you still want to plan your event.
That's
You
right.
can go to alzheimerbc.org if you want more information, or you can call the Society. Of course, ask for Jennifer. She'll be glad to help. So I want to say a quick thank you to all of our guests from today's show. Heather Inglis and Juanita Little, both from Ashcroft, talking about Alzheimer's in their small community. And Maria Howard, CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC. Now, Maria, I know there was a lot of messages in today's program, but is there something that we should take home from today's show about the relationship between society and small town BC?
I think what came out from the number of people who spoke today is really, again, that importance of having supports and people understanding that they are not alone in their journey. And certainly what we heard loud and clear from both Heather and Juanita, there are challenges living in a smaller town, but there are some real benefits. And that is, again, around having support, having information, being able to make decisions, tough decisions with that support network around you, and hopefully making those decisions early, as Heather said, making the decisions to relocate to a different community so that they could look into the future and know that that would probably help them, adjust to what was coming. And I think that is really an important message. And that's the same as Coffee Break. It's start a conversation, ask for help, ask for some information, realize you're not alone. There are people here to help.
I think we received a lot of great messages from both Juanita and Heather, and they mentioned, both independently mentioned, how much support they got from the community of Kamloops as well.
I think the Kamloops community has been a real great support to a number of their neighbors. And, that also, again, is the idea that the Alzheimer's Society really promotes, is that people don't just live in one area and never leave their borders. People move across towns, cities all the time. And by all communities embracing the best way to support people who are impacted by dementia, we can make a better experience for everybody. And Kamloops and their neighboring communities just amplifies that.
Thank you, Maria, for being here, and thanks for your input today.
Thanks.
coffeebreakbc.ca. Start planning your event for September. Thank you for joining Boomer Life today. I'm Joanne Sutton on CL 650.